I don't know much about the role, but I'm sure that once I start here, I'll figure it out because I'm a very fast learner. What do I bring to this role? Well, I probably don't have the skills mentioned on the job description, but once I start, I can get some coaching and help from the others to learn this quickly. Stop. Don't give those answers. What you bring to this role is a very important and frequently asked question by recruiters in a job interview. And in this video, I will cover with you why do the recruiters actually ask this question? What are the do's and the don'ts? And in the end, I will give you 5 examples from different industries, different experience levels, so that in most cases, you can apply one of those examples to your situation. So let's just dive right into it and find out what you bring to this role. So there are 4 reasons why the recruiters ask this question. The first one is relevance. The recruiter wants to see that do you have the necessary skills required to be successful on this job or not? And do you have the capability of demonstrating that you have those skills and you can be successful in this role? The second reason is self-awareness. Now, I know if you've watched my other videos, I may be sounding like a broken record to you, but self-awareness is such a pivotal skill that one needs to have in almost every situation. In this case, self-awareness comes in really handy because while you're answering this question, you can mention the strengths that you have and how you can add value with those strengths to where this company wants to go. The third reason the recruiters ask this question is to gauge your preparation. How much you have researched about the company. Do you know the goals of this company? Because as you're answering these questions, you may have a great opportunity to connect your strengths with the objectives of this organization. And the last reason is enthusiasm. What you bring to this role can be a great opportunity for you to demonstrate that you are genuinely interested in this role. And by answering this effectively, you can demonstrate your energy level and your high level of interest and hunger for the job. So now let's look at some of the do's and the don'ts. Let's start with the do's. The first one is do research the company and the role. Let's say in the job description, there is a requirement of conflict management, which is clearly spelled out. So you can bring in some prior examples of conflict management while you're answering this question to show that you have that skill and it's needed on this job. That makes you a very good fit for this job. Similarly, the second do is to also highlight your relevant technical expertise. Let's say you are applying for an IT manager role or for a project manager role. Then make sure that while you are answering this question, bring in some of your prior experience or knowledge on these topics technically to demonstrate that you are the right fit for this position again. The third do is to connect with the company's values and principles. When you are doing the research about the company and let's say you go on the website, you may find out very easily what are the basic principles or values this company believes in. And while you are answering or preparing for this answer, make sure that you somehow connect to some of those principles and values. As an example, if you are applying for one of the jobs in Mars, which is the company I work for, Mars is very well known for its 5 principles. So let's say if you are applying for a position in Mars and you're preparing for this specific question, you have a very good opportunity to connect your answer with one of those 5 principles because that is really going to help you in your interview process. And the last do is be very specific with your examples. You will see in some of the examples which are coming up later in this video that you need to provide very specific examples of the strengths you have and the specific goals this organization has so that you can demonstrate a perfect match between your skills and the goals of the organization. So the more specific you are, the easier it will be for the recruiter to join those dots and make a decision about whether to hire you or not. Now let's talk about the don'ts. And the first one is to avoid vague answers. You saw some very bad examples of answering this question at the beginning of this video. And a lot of that was about vagueness. For example, there were answers like, oh, I will figure it out. Oh, I'm going to take help from others. Oh, I've not even looked at the job description, but you know what? I will figure it out. This basically demonstrates lack of preparation and also your lack of enthusiasm about this role. If you are this much disengaged in the application process, imagine how disengaged you will be when you actually start the job. So it's an immediate red flag for the recruiter that, okay, this guy is probably not interested. He or she may have applied to 15 different jobs and this is just one of them. And you know what? This person may not be the best fit for this role. The second don't is don't solely focus on your personal goals. While it's very important that you connect this answer to your personal development and growth, but just don't focus only on that. Try to connect the dots between your personal growth and the objectives of the organization. A lot of candidates just talk about, this role is good for my development, or it helps me move from city A to city B or country A to country B. While these are all genuine and good answers, but just focusing on your development kind of brings in a little bit of a selfish aspect, because then you are just thinking about yourself and not about the organization. The third don't is avoid negativity. So while you are answering the question on what you bring to this role, don't say things like, I have a very bad experience of working for an organization which was really mismanaged, and I take those learnings and I know how to operate in situations like this, because then you are bringing in a lot of negativity from your prior roles, and that could be a red flag for the recruiter as well. And the last don't is don't overinflate or exaggerate. So for example, if you have delivered projects of continuous improvements, don't say that I transformed this organization from A to B. If you move the KPIs by 2 or 3 percentage points, don't say that, oh, this was a complete transformation of the organization. Because when you try to over exaggerate stuff, that once again is a kind of answer which the recruiters can easily figure out, because they get a lot of these overinflated answers all the time. So try to be genuine. Don't try to overly exaggerate your answer, because that could also be a bit of a concern. So now let's look at the 5 examples I mentioned at the start of this video, which are from different industries, different experience levels. So I hope one of these answers might be a very good fit for your situation. I bring a strong background in supply chain planning, developed over 5 years of experience in similar positions. Your company is also in the process of rolling out Blue Yonder as a platform, which I have already worked on for several years, and this allows me to seamlessly contribute to the team's success. So in this case, you are first making a reference to supply chain planning, which is a very specific scale area, and then you have mentioned the number of years, and then you go on to mention Blue Yonder, which in this case happens to be one of the planning platforms this company is rolling out. And you are demonstrating that, okay, you have already worked on this platform before, so you are in a very strong position to contribute to the team's success. So it basically shows that, okay, you have done your research, you have the right level of experience in terms of years and in the right industry. So it's overall a very positive answer. I'm excited about the opportunity to bring my skills in sustainable production to this role, aligning with your company's commitment to become carbon neutral by 2030. My previous experience at company XYZ taught me the challenges of working on sustainability projects, which is a solid value addition I can bring to your organization. So in this case, you are demonstrating that you have already worked on sustainable production projects in the past, and you are also demonstrating that you are aware that this company has a goal to become carbon neutral by 2030. So you are kind of demonstrating that, okay, you have done your research and you are bringing those together to demonstrate the value that you bring to this role and that you can be a perfect fit for the organization. What I bring to this role is a proven track record of adaptability and a strong commitment to continuous learning. In my previous position at company ABC, I was involved in 3 technology solution rollouts, which taught me how to adapt, learn quickly, and deal with ambiguity during the change. Since your company is also on a similar transformation journey, I can apply my learnings here. So notice some of the keywords mentioned in this response. You're talking about adaptability, you're talking about learning, and you're talking about dealing with ambiguity. All of these 3 skills are very important when you are on a transformation journey or you are driving change. So you are using those keywords to demonstrate that you are aware of those, you are aware of the importance of these things and these skills when a company is going through transformation, because this organization is also on a transformation journey. So you are giving a very strong positive vibe to the recruiter that I'm aware of these things and therefore I bring in these values to this role. Okay. I can see that this role involves a lot of collaboration and teamwork, and I bring not only my individual strengths but also a collaborative approach to teamwork. During my time at the university, I've successfully collaborated with cross functional teams on 3 clubs I was a part of, and I also led one of those clubs as the general secretary, which ended up winning several prizes over the last 2 years. So, in this case, you are a fresh graduate, you don't have a lot of experience in the past, but the requirement of the role is collaboration, teamwork. So while you don't have any prior job or work experience, but you are bringing an example from your extracurricular activities at your university, which perfectly fit to the collaboration and teamwork requirement of this job. I bring in a history of achieving tangible results in my last position. I led a project that resulted in a 15% increase in brand profit margins. I'm confident that my skills in brand management and marketing can contribute to similar success in this role, ultimately benefiting the company's objectives. So, this is a very good example from the world of brand management where you are bringing in a very specific improvement metric of 15% on brand profitability, and you are also connecting with the objectives of this organization. So, it really, once again, gives a positive message to the recruiter about your preparation, your experience, and the specificity really helps a lot as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I've made a lot of other videos as well about different commonly asked interview questions, such as tell me about yourself or how do you solve problems, which you can watch over here. So keep watching, and I hope these videos really help you master your next interview and get your dream job and further develop in your career. Good luck.